Hello everyone and welcome to the FPL Duo. We are here for the deadline stream for Game Week 15. So, you may notice obviously Huss isn't here at the current moment, but he will join us later on in this deadline stream to show us his team and his plans. But before we get into this video, guys, make sure you give this video a like, subscribe for more, and leave a comment down below if you wish. Now, obviously, we didn't do a knee-jerk reaction to the previous Game Week 14. Due to the short turnaround of fixtures, and it was my birthday last week, so the timing wasn't so great. But we're obviously here for Game Week 15. Obviously, my triple captain didn't work; didn't really pay off last game week, but it's a fresh new game week to start off with fresh. So obviously, this is my team on the screen as you can see it now. Now, obviously, due to bad weather, the Liverpool and Everton game has been called off. So there's no early kickoff as far as I can know. So that is definitely confirmed. So Everton and Liverpool are not going to play today as they were the 12:30 kickoff, which means that obviously changes plans for the team. So I'll run through it quickly. In goal, you've got Hermansen. Back three of Mazraoui, Van der Berg and Aït-Nouri. Midfield four of Palmer, Saka, Johnson and Garnacho. And the front forwards, João Pedro, Jackson and Chris Wood. And in terms of the bench, there isn't much because you've got non-playing goalkeeper, Baez, and obviously Salah and Keane. Well, Keane's injured anyway, so he wouldn't even start. And obviously Salah has a blank because that fixture's postponed. So even Fies is a doubt for that Brighton at home fixture. So I'm a little bit anxious as to if my entire starting 11 will actually play or not, because obviously Jackson was benched last week, he didn't come on. Garnacho, again, another player that's rotation risk with Ahmad. Mazraoui, he gets substituted off maybe sometimes early. So there is some rows in the team, but I am going to make a transfer this week in terms of my team. But a few of you are in the comments, so let's introduce a few of you there. So first one, we got Ferrari. Welcome. Thoughts on Captain Bowen? Bowen's an interesting shout for captain. It's not a particular player that I've looked to if I did have him captain for the week. I'm just having to check. Obviously, I haven't seen the fixtures that players have, but Bowen, great differential captain. Does have Wolves at home. Although I've not been impressive with West Ham's performances. Bowen has 3 goals and 4 assists so far this season. He blanked in the last 2 games. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, he does have Wolves and they do concede goals. I don't think I would put the captaincy over Bowen. It's very risky and there's not much high reward because, well, we've seen West Ham play this season and they haven't been that convincing so far. But yeah, it is one to consider, I think, not maybe captaining Bowen, even though that fixture is nice against Wolves. Spurs 64. I don't have Saka. I can't get him in this week without taking a hit. Worth using free transfer chip to get him in over Salah for the week. I mean, you could bring in Saka for -4. I don't hate the move. I think it's worth it because if we look at Saka's fixtures long term, they're really good. You got Everton obviously next. Fulham next, then Everton, Crystal Palace, Ipswich, Brentford, and Brighton. So he's got decent fixtures in the next 6 game weeks. He's more than capable of making up for that -4 hit if you do decide to take him or decide to bring him in for -4. I don't hate the move of obviously taking a -4 to bring Saka into your team, because even though Saka may not score every game, there is a chance he could assist more likely. And in terms of this week, especially without Salah, Saka's probably the next best captain to go for. So, yeah, have a think about Spurs. I would probably get him in with a hit. I don't think you should use the chip to get him in over Salah for the week. Save it for later, I think. Hamza says field 10 and play Robert will take him out, but who for? If I was to take him out, I would probably pick Timber. Urian Timber for Arsenal. Ben White is out for the foreseeable, so he's not going to be back anytime soon. Timber's cheap. Yeah, he actually in fact did score one of the goals against Man United, which if you did have him for that game, that was a great return. But I like Timber, cheap Arsenal player. If you don't if Gabriel's too expensive, I think downgrading Robert to Urian Timber if you don't have an Arsenal defender, of course, but double Arsenal as well. It looks good for the next few matches. So I'll probably do that. I'll probably take out Robbo for Timber. Good morning, Elika. Are you going back to Palmer again for captaincy after the triple captain? Well, that was a bit frustrating, if I'm honest. I mean, I watched that game from the beginning to end, and Palmer was the most creative player in that game, I felt like, but he only managed to score one goal. Luckily, that was near the end of the game as well. I was expecting so much more. I guess he was a bit unlucky at moments, but he was the more creative player rather than the player that was scoring the goals. And yeah, that was a very frustrating week to use triple captainship. I actually got red arrow from that. Obviously, Salah. I should have triple captained Salah. I don't know why. I went against Mr. Reliable. But I just looked at the fixture, Southampton, Chelsea, two together. I thought Palmer was going to have a stormer of a week. But he ends up only scoring a goal, which I guess is disappointing, but it's FPL. It happens. But yeah, I thought that was my get out 3 million rank. They're right there, but I'm still stuck in the 3.7 million area. Spurs says, have to take out Isaac or Solanke to make it happen. Can't see myself getting rid of Isaac at the moment. I mean, you could probably get away with going without Solanke, because I feel like Solanke's been a bit underwhelming if you have owned him for a couple of weeks. I mean, he hasn't scored since game week 10. That was against Aston Villa, where he's got 2. It's against Chelsea next, which is a difficult fixture, even though he's got Southampton after that. But then he's got Liverpool in 17. You could go without Solanke for the next 3. I'm not too keen on, honestly, Spurs' attack at the moment. It's been a bit fizzled out since they won 4-0 against Man City in game week 12, and they've struggled against Fulham and Bournemouth. And Fulham was a home fixture for them, so yeah, at 7.5 million, Solanke for me is not appealing to me. In obviously the front 3, if you're going for 3-4-3 formation, so I would probably consider taking Solanke out for someone else if you feel like it's the right move for you. Edgar says you got to feel sorry for people.
Yep.
And welcome back.
Yeah, sorry guys for being a bit late. I'm back. I've literally just seen obviously the Liverpool news late as well, so that's a bit mad. What were you discussing, Jordan?
Well, we'll just move on to Alex's comment, because obviously, as you mentioned, Liverpool game's postponed, and if you have triple Liverpool, it is a headache, because obviously that might mean you don't have a starting 11, or you might have to take maybe -4 to resolve that. But I don't think you want to be taking Liverpool players out regardless. You just have to manage it this week as best you can.
Yeah, obviously, I messaged you yesterday, didn't I, saying rumours that Liverpool Everton might be cancelled. At the time, I was like, surely not. But I woke up and I see the news: Liverpool and Everton's off, and yeah, we just got to manage around it. As you guys can see, from your team, you've obviously benched Salah and Keane. And yeah, I've benched Salah as well. I'll pull up my team in a second. Let me just plug my mouse.
Yeah, so it is a bit an anxious game week because maybe there's more postponements. Obviously, down the man. There's the Man United game at risk too, because obviously Manchester up north
Is that game at risk?
potentially. That Old
Oh.
Trafford potentially is dead. If I'm honest, that stadium doesn't do well with bad weather. So possibly, hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing is postponed for that because I have two Man United players, and that would mean I'd have a starting 9 in my team. But fingers crossed, Dan, it's all good, and the match does go ahead.
Let's show you guys team on. Let me take this out. Bear with me for a sec.
Yeah, so the captaincy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the captaincy does throw itself in the hat again because obviously we probably will go in Salah, but now that Salah's game's postponed, we have to look at another potential captain, and we sort of look at Saka now as the obvious pick. But who would be your captain for this week?
That's what I was coming on to. I don't want a captain Saka. I don't think I've got it in Mbermo, but that's just because I've done that's just an auto cap because I had it on Salah and he's switched over to Mbermo. I'm not sure who I want to captain. Let's quickly go through my. Have you gone through your boss team?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my boss team is Raya in goal. I've got a back three of Nuri, Lewis, and Gabriel. Midfield 4, Rogers, Mbermo, Palmer, Saka, and then front 3, I've got Cunha, Jackson, and João Pedro. I might even go Palmer captain because Spurs were pretty poor against Bournemouth. And I might just go back to Palmer. I think that Saka game could be tough. I think I've been quite impressed with Fulham. But Saka's also playing well, so I could go Saka, but I am looking at Palmer as well as an option. To be fair, who are you thinking to captain? Obviously, you've got Salah as well.
Yeah, it's currently on Saka at the moment. I did look at Palmer, but after the last game week where he only scored a goal against Southampton and I triple captain him, it sort of puts me off of captaining him again after that disappointing game week where I used that chip on him. But it's either him or João Pedro. João Pedro's got Leicester away. That could be a nice fixture for him as well. Maybe Chris Wood against Man United, depending on how they fare. But again, it's a risky choice going for a team against Man United.
Yeah, just to confirm in terms of the fixes as well, is it just the Liverpool game that's officially off at the moment, or is there other games that are in danger or any news?
In terms of official news, it's only the Liverpool Everton game that I've heard of, which is indefinitely.
Yeah, because you see my bench, I've got one player on the bench, which is Greaves. So if any other games gets called off, like I don't know, Arsenal game or whoever, I could be in trouble. So I've only got one player on the bench.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same for me. And my player is Fires, and he didn't even start last week. He was actually benched. He came on, so effectively, I have no bench. If anything else happens to the team, but we're all going to be in the same situation, so I don't think it's much of an issue for 1 week.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely made it interesting now. So we didn't really see this one coming, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I'm leaning towards Palmer. What's made you go Saka, Jordan, over a Palmer, in your opinion?
In the last 3 games, I've been impressed with Arsenal's attack more, especially with Odegaard back in the team from injury. He's made a massive impact to that attack. Even defense is more stronger, even though there's been a few injuries at the back. But yeah, I like Arsenal's attacks 10 times better with Odegaard in it, and Saka as well, scoring more goals with him back. Whereas before it was more assists rather than goals. So yeah, more threat for Saka, I think.
Fair enough. I'm going to put it on Palmer for now. I'm going to make my vice Saka, but that could change. We'll see. But I'm going to put it on Palmer for now because I don't trust Spurs either. I'm being totally honest. So I'll put it on Palmer. But yeah, I'm gonna roll the move, guys. My plan was to roll. I was looking at bringing in Trent actually. I'm lucky I didn't bring in Trent because obviously his fix has been postponed. But I'll wait up and go again next game week because I'll have 2 free transfers. But yeah, Palmer cap. Let us know if you've got any more questions. Which question were you on at the moment?
It's just Dan the Man's one about. Obviously, he mentions about the triple captain saving it for a double game week, which is looking good now because obviously that Liverpool game is going to be rescheduled.
I just realised Liverpool probably going to have a double game week now, which having Salah, whoever has the triple captain still, you're in luck because these things like that. I mean, who would have seen a wind thing comes and causes postponement of a game? I don't know when that Liverpool game will be played now. I'm just trying to see when do Liverpool next play. I'm gonna have a look at their fixtures. Liverpool play next Spurs 22nd of December. So Liverpool have a little bit of a gap now. Got a week gap. This could come at a timely time for Liverpool, to be fair.
Yeah.
With the fixture congestion, just got a draw Newcastle. This could actually be a good thing in terms of fixture congestion for Liverpool. Cheers, Solanke gone, says Spurs. 64.
Well played, Spurs. Well played.
Watkins as captain for me against Southampton makes sense, but easy fixes don't mean anything. Yeah, if I had Watkins, I might be tempted there. The captaincy shout.
Yeah, because Rodgers could be a good captain. Southampton at home.
Yeah.
Potential.
Yeah, Rodgers. I've got him as well. You got Rodgers? You sold him?
No, I sold him weeks ago.
Okay. Watkins captain and Jackson vice. Not sure who to go for. Any tips? I think Jackson's interesting. I think Chelsea, guys, I know on paper it's a tougher game, like Tottenham away, but I would honestly back Chelsea in this game. I think there'll be goals in this game. There could be like a 2-2, could be a 3-2 kind of mad game. So that's what my prediction is. I think there's gonna be goals in the Chelsea game, so that's why I'm willing to back Palmer. Charis says, "Hi lads."
Charis.
Hi guys, hope you're good and still enjoying the streams. yeah, we're good. We're just chatting about the Liverpool game, really. That's the big one, I think, pre-deadline. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Steve. Hope you're well. Everyone seems to be liking Palmer cap. Steve.
I didn't last week.
Yeah. Elika says Chelsea being away puts him off, but Saka is also away. Just to clarify on that one as well. So not many great fixes. Even Chelsea go away for my team. A lot of away fixes this week for my team, so I don't expect a great week, I don't think. Charis, Saka will do okay. He won't get a haul. Fulham are a very good side and Robertson can defend. Good point. We'll see. You never know what Spurs will turn up, and considering they're at home, I feel Saka is more reliable. Arsenal will have extra days rest than Fulham. I don't know how much that matters. Again, we'll have to see. It's a good point. From Dan the Man. Steve, having Isaac makes me think I should cap him. All cap choices last week fairly even. This week I think could be massive. Isaac has
Brentford.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad game.
Yeah, it's one of those you think it's going to be very high scoring end-to-end one because both teams are normally gung ho.
Yeah, I think if I had Isak, I would potentially be interested in that one as well. I think he's a good shout for a captain this week. On a wild card, sell Van Dijk. No, keep Van Dijk or sell for Vardiol. Now I'd keep Van Dijk over Vardiol longer term. Obviously, this fixture postponement has sort of changed things a bit, but I still prefer Liverpool defense over Man City defense. I already have Gabriel and Timber. Yeah, I'd keep Van Dijk there.
Yeah, I don't think you have to sell him for 1 week postponement. He will be back.
Yeah, Steve also says it's game week 25 rumored double game week. As far as I'm aware, no info at the moment, so not that I'm aware of, but it could be possibly. Rumors on X say possibly game week 25 and 33 for double game week. Yeah, there's those rumors are going around. So we'll see. Still a long way away, game week 25. So if it is, keep your chips as well. If you want to use your triple captain potentially on a Salah, will be interesting for sure. Morning, lads, says John Tao. I mean, are you sort of annoyed, Jordan, now a week after you played the triple captain? Salah is going to have a double game week.
Yeah, I mean, this season so far, as literally everything's gone against me. I feel like every move or tactical decision I've made has also always backfired in somewhat way. But yeah, that's quite annoying. I should have rethought that and gone with Salah triple captain instead. If I'm honest, looking back at it now, I mean, we spoke about Salah. He's only had 2 blanks a season. He's gained 150 points. That's 300 points if you've perma-captained Salah until now. I mean, so looking at it like that, in that perspective, it made me think triple captain Paul was probably the wrong move.
Yeah, interesting. I definitely think the guys that have the triple captain still are in a bit of a luck there, a bit of a win. Bench 1 ain't Nuri, Gabriel, Lewis, Van Heck. Probably 8 Nuri. I've not been impressed with 8 Nuri. I'd probably bench 8 Nuri. I just think Van Heck could keep a clean sheet against Leicester. Gabriel and Lewis, I'm not benching them. I understand Lewis is a bit frustrating. It's either Lewis or 8 Nuri. 8 Nuri has conceded 8 goals in his last 2 matches, and the Wolves have the worst defense in the league. I know he's got attacking threat, but yeah, 8 Nuri's not done too well in the last. I mean, he's got a lot of zeros, become -1s. So yeah,
he's kind of lost his attacking threat. I don't know what's happened to him, but not the same 8 Nuri brought in weeks ago.
Yeah. Kepa over Bruggen. For Bruggen, probably, yeah.
Against Leicester.
Even Arsenal are away. It's still in London, like 7 miles away from Cottage. Yeah, it's local in terms of obviously London sort of derby. I hear that definitely. So same with sort of Chelsea going to Tottenham and other teams in London. So yeah, it's a good point. Not as tiring for them. Tiger and Guna, hi guys. I've put Salah on the bench. Shall I do minus bringing in Palmer for Salah? I wouldn't take Salah out personally. It's just 1 week and you're going to want him back next game week. And you're probably going to want to captain Salah next game week as well. So no, just bench Salah. If you want to bring Palmer in, take out Haaland, I think. I mean, you probably don't want to take out Haaland now because Haaland becomes a great captain option because no one's going to be able to get to him unless you've got him already.
Yeah, he held on for him for this long, especially with him getting 1 assist last game, which I think is a celebration for those who still have him.
Yeah.
It's been hard to get a goal out of Haaland.
Yeah. Haaland, if you got him, I think he becomes a good option now. Watkins, captain with Jackson, vice. I would go Watkins, I think. I still think if you had Palmer, just go Cole Palmer. I'm captaining Palmer. Verbruggen or Onana. Probably. Who's or not Man United got this week?
Man United have
not a Forest. Yeah, I'd probably go with Onana for that one. But then Verbruggen's got a nice fixture as well against Leicester. Probably go Forest, Onana.
Yeah, I think so. I was quite impressed with obviously Man United's defence against Arsenal. I mean, they played defensively. Obviously, they weren't looking for a win.
Yeah,
but they only failed to win, obviously, from 2 corners. So that's their weakness, I think, for Man United. There, when they have a set piece against them, they can't really defend against them. But other than that, I think it's a good shout.
Start Rodgers or Smith Rowe. I'd probably be starting Rodgers because Smith Rowe has Arsenal for his fixture. So yeah, I think Rodgers Southampton is the better one to play. Was going to do 8 Nuri to VVD and then Burmo to Rodgers last night. Luckily, I fell asleep. Yeah, very lucky with obviously the Liverpool Van Dijk postponement for that game. So yeah, I was going to look to do Trent in this week potentially, but don't need to anymore. I can take out Odegaard for Palmer or stick. Odegaard could be a good differential. to be fair, this week if you've got him.
Yeah, he's been good since he come back from injury. 2 assists and 1 goal. He blanked against Man United, but I do like Odegaard as a differential other than Saka as a second attacking player for Arsenal.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think Palmer is the best captain for me this week. So if you can bring Palmer in, it's definitely advised. But Odegaard could be a good option because not many people own him. Ahmad, Isak, or Mitoma Gordon. I already have made my bed with Mbeumo to Ahmad this week. I'd go with. It's a tough one. I don't. How nailed is Ahmad? I know he's playing matches.
He looks the more convincing, but I mean, Amrin has shifted the team countless times every week just to show or see what works best with one another. So it's a bit of a roll of the dice. Because Ahmad only played 45 against Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd probably go with Mitoma Gordon just because I'm not sure about Ahmad in terms of minutes, expected minutes over this festive period.
Yeah, I think I would prefer going with Mitoma Gordon as a safer pick because Mitoma plays pretty much 90 minutes every week and pretty much same with Gordon as well. I mean, he plays less, maybe 70, 80, but still a starting player.
Yep, I agree. Hold on. When Chelsea play transition games, Palmer becomes a provider for the wingers, and Jackson, he's still good, but Jackson will be the main beneficiary. And look at Jackson away form against weak defenses. Watkins, I like, but skeptical of minutes, so I don't know who scores more between him and Jackson. Just stuck there. Yeah, look, Jackson, I think could be a nice option as well. Chelsea are looking good this season, scoring more goals. Had an impressive win in their last couple of games out. So yeah, I like Jackson as a pick. That's why I've transferred him in. Mbeumo to Rodgers or Roll. Jordan, I'll let you take this one.
I know we said last week it might have been a good idea to keep, obviously, Mbeumo against Aston Villa, which obviously he did blank. It wasn't worth it. But I think it would give Mbeumo another chance against Newcastle. I think it's a good fixture for them and for Mbeumo. I'll give one more chance, I think, instead of bringing Rodgers in.
Yep.
I'll just roll.
Yeah, I'll probably roll. Wait for a better move potentially next week. I'll let you take some of the rest of the comments, Jordan.
Yeah. So next comment from Kavit says Watkins or Isak for Solanke for a few weeks. Watkins or Isak for Solanke? I would probably pick Isak. In terms of that pick, I'll pick Isak over Watkins. I'm not sure of Watkins' minutes plus. He hasn't been a goal scorer every week provider for Aston Villa. Whereas Isak, I feel like it has. So, yeah. It has to be Isak for me.
Yep.
And obviously, Daniel says, I'll have Rodgers back up with Ahmed rotation. Yeah, that's fair enough. Obviously, wait and see, how Man United set up when they had their final 11 locked in, which Amarin prefers. Makes sense. Mr. Blanky plays Smith Rowe or Konza for Salah.
I'll play the attacker.
Yeah. Even
Smith
though
Rowe.
he has Arsenal, could be more beneficial. Aston Villa don't really keep clean sheets, if I'm honest, so you probably have more luck with Smith Rowe against Arsenal, nicking something for Salah. Charis says, I probably see Jackson will score a hat trick. Remember my comment, guys. Just not sure if Watkins will, though.
Yeah, we'll definitely remember it. Join us tomorrow on the stream, the knee-jerk stream, and we'll go through if Jackson has.
Yeah, the thing is with that is he has to do it really early and quick because, like we saw last week when obviously Chelsea scored 5 against Southampton, a lot of good players went off. So Palmer. And a lot of the main squad did get rotated out because obviously the game was finished, done. So Jackson's minutes will be less if he does, obviously, Chelsea have a good start to the game in that Spurs one, but still could happen. It's Chelsea. They've been pretty good this season. Best defender under 5 mil to get for 3 weeks.
Would have said Ain't Nuri, but he's gone off the rails a bit recently with Wolves' defence.
I think still. Oh, actually, I can't say Tim because he's 5.6.
What about Colwell at Chelsea? I know he's got Tottenham, but after that, I mean, just take a look at Chelsea's fixtures. I mean, could Colwell at 4.5, Brentford and Everton after that could be decent.
Yeah, Colwell, yeah, that's a good shout. 3 clean sheets so far through the season for Chelsea. But you would think with those nice run of fixtures after Spurs, there's clean sheets in between there for him. So, yeah, good shout for Chelsea defender. Even a Brighton one, if you trust their defence. Go for Van der Ven as well.
Oh, so you mean Tottenham? Or Van der Berg?
Oh, sorry, Van der Berg. They both
Van
have...
der Berg. No, I'm not keen on Brentford defence, to be honest. Yeah. Let me check what we've got. Defenders. Mazraoui, we could be up there. Now Man United have got rid of the Arsenal game. Mazraoui could be an option. Mikalenko means done really well, 11 point now. But fixes are getting a bit tough for him now. Obviously, don't want to bring him in this week. But he was a decent... Colwell, again, I've mentioned him. Only 4% owned. So he's one that you should be looking at, I think. Could be Newcastle defender, like a Livramento. You know, you could see a clean sheet against Leicester or Ipswich potentially in 14 and 15. So yeah, I don't actually hate Livramento or Lewis Hall. Those are the two that I also like the look of. Dunk is another one. You could go to Dunk back from injury. Yeah. And he's got nice fixtures. So yeah, Dunk is the other option. There's not too many, but those are where I would be going.
Yeah, it's hard to find a team with clean sheet succession. Interesting comment from Jim Tell. I'm not sure if Rodgers will even start against Southampton. Emery mentioned something. What do you think of this, Huss? Because you obviously have Rodgers.
I've not seen anything. That's what I've not seen anything about that comment. Let us know, guys. In terms of what the actual comment was, I'd be interested to know.
Yeah, because if that is true, and he doesn't start, that could be a pickle. Elliot, Captain Saka or Palmer? I mean, yeah.
I'm on Palmer, you're on Saka, innit? So
yeah. It's a bit of a split of the dice, I think, for this, because either one could do well, but it all depends, obviously, how well they play against the teams, because Tottenham, you don't know, Chelsea, but it could be a high-scoring game, could be a stalemate. Obviously, Saka, Fulham have a good defence, but Arsenal attack has improved. Kanate to Gabriel for free.
Yeah, I like that move. Long term as well. Kanate's out till New Year's, so definitely want to take Kanate out now.
Yeah, makes sense for that. Tigers, guys, just a thought: if you do a minus for Salah to Palmer, then next week transfer out Odegaard for Salah next week. Thoughts, please. Again, Tiger, it's not worth taking a minus to get rid of Salah for Palmer, and especially when you look at the price of Salah now, the amount of price rises he had, you have to spend more money to bring him back into your team, where you had a lot of money when you invested in him when you brought him in. So it wouldn't be worth taking and bringing Salah back in, even though you're switching him for another player like Odegaard. So I'll probably just bench him, save the move, and look to bring in Palmer for someone else in your team rather than taking out Salah back to back.
Yeah.
Charis Jackson will get 90 minutes because he got a rest midweek and he doesn't play Conference League, and Cooper does, so minutes are completely fine. Yeah.
Jackson will obviously got the rest, annoyingly, last game week when I brought him in, but he should be fine for this one against Spurs. I'll take over the coming weeks. I have the big three in midfield, but having both Jackson and Isak better than just having one, and Trent in defense. I think I'd pick one of Jackson and Isak personally. I think having both is Yeah, I mean, you could have both. I mean, there could be an argument to say Isak or Jackson is better than Trent. I think you'd be fair to say that. 'Cause obviously, there are people that are looking at potentially bringing in Trent with Liverpool fixtures. Trent came on for the last 20 minutes against Newcastle and got 2 assists, 2 really good assists. So I am looking at Trent myself. It's just with the fixture congestion or the fixture postponement, it makes it easier for you now to just not have Salah for the next game. So, but I think Salah's someone that should be on your radar, guys, potentially for the coming weeks. What's the next comment? Bench Lewis or Cucurella, Jordan?
I'll probably bench Lewis.
Yeah.
I'm still not a fan of clean sheets for Man City, even though they kept one last week. And Lewis has been quite disappointing, if I'm honest, in terms of that defence. I would have more faith in Cucurella against Tottenham away. He does show a little bit attacking threat going forward.
Emery hinted about some players getting rested. I believe he didn't mention names though. Look, I'm just going to take the risk. I'm going to play him, and then if he if he doesn't play, I've got who have I got coming off the bench? Let me have a look. I've got Greaves. Yeah, so we'll play it as it is. I'll get Greaves coming off the bench against Bournemouth. Cheers, says Tiger. What game week do you think that the Everton-Liverpool game will commence again? I've seen people say game week 25, potentially in February, week commencing 18th of February. I've seen a few people say. But again, it's just a guess because it depends if Liverpool get knocked out of the Carabao Cup. If Liverpool get knocked out of the Carabao Cup, it could be in January, potentially. Or if they go through in the Carabao Cup, then it could be in February. February 18th, you're looking at. Blessed Risings, gents. Ollie Watkins cap, says Michael. Interesting. Ollie Watkins. Who to start? Said Pedro. Van Heck or Greaves? Who are you starting, Jordan?
Oh, it's got to be Van Heck. For sure, against Leicester away. Better my chances with Brighton in that game over Greaves, who has Bournemouth.
And Wassim, undercover defenders, 5 mil, Delict, Gomez, Kirkes, Van Heck, Robinson. I like Kirkes as well at Bournemouth as an option. Robinson's fixture isn't great this week against Arsenal. We probably don't get a clean sheet in this one. Gomez could do okay for Liverpool because we know Konate is out. Gomez is going to play now for the next 5 or 6 games. But yeah, I think what's Kirk's fixtures like? Jordan, if you can bring up Bournemouth fixtures, please.
Yeah.
If you click on one of their players.
So this is the fixtures for Bournemouth. So Ipswich, West Ham, Man United, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Everton. So the fixtures are good in the next 6 for them until they swing completely.
Yeah.
Come game week 21 onwards.
And what about Robinson? I mean, he's got a tough game this week.
Yeah, obviously against Arsenal, Robinson's fixtures, they are tough. He's obviously got Liverpool after that as well. Then in between they got Southampton, but then Chelsea afterwards. So
you probably want to avoid.
Yeah, avoid him for the next 4. Maybe look at him at game week 19 onwards.
Yeah. There's 15 minutes left, guys, to the deadline, so you might want to start making those moves pretty soon.
Yeah. Saying that, obviously, I'm gonna make a move this week in terms of having my 1-3 transfer, as I'm not 100% sure on Garnacho starting. Which anyway, regardless if he was going to start or not, I was going to take him out.
What are you doing?
So I'm going to take out Garnacho this week because I've not been a fan of him, especially his rotation risk with Ahmed. And the player I'm considering bringing in this week is Mitoma. So it's a differential for another differential because obviously he's 9% owned, Mitoma. I like his fixture as well. I wish I brought him in earlier when he scored against Bournemouth and then Southampton. Missed out on his 19 points there, but with his next few fixtures being green, Leicester, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Brentford, I'm hoping he can get some points still in between those fixtures. So hopefully it's not been too late to bring Mitoma into the squad. But that is the move I'm looking to make, and that's for one free transfer.
Okay, no, I'm interested move. You done the move then? You locked it in. What's your team look like?
Yeah, I might as well confirm the move. So Garnacho out for Matoma for one free transfer, and that's done. I'll just switch over to the other screen, refresh the team, and there we go. Matoma is in there. Salah captain. Team is locked in and ready for game week 15. I'm not sure I'm going to switch captaincies over, so I'm going to leave the team as that.
Okay, yeah, team looks a lot better, I think, in that one. Now you've got Mitoma in the midfield. Play Nuri or Van Heck. Probably Van Heck.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't trust. Obviously, we spoke about Nuri not getting many points in the past few weeks, barely getting past one. So I'll take a pick at Van Heck this week and see if he can do better.
Bruno Cap, possibly, says Hamza. Any thoughts on Mystery Chip? No idea.
No.
Just to wait and see with that one.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, people. It's free. Yep. Please like and subscribe on the stream, guys, if you're watching and enjoying the content. Jazziest Spies. So it is confirmed that Everton and Liverpool will happen in a different game week. If so, should I look at selling Salah for just this game week to Saka? No, I wouldn't be looking to sell Salah because you've probably got a few price rises from Salah. And if you sell him, it's going to be more expensive to bring him back. So I would sell anyone else in the team not named Salah. So if you've got Haaland, you may want to look at selling Haaland potentially, or Palmer, whoever you've got, because it's just 1 week Salah's out for, and then you're going to want him back next week. And I'm sure you've got money tied up in Salah as well. But yeah, going back to our teams, I think I'm set. I'm going to roll and have 2 free transfers going into game week 16. Game week 16.
Yeah, game week 16.
Yeah, I forgot what game week it was for a sec.
They are coming thick and fast due to this turnaround 2-day gap.
But yeah, I'll have 2 free transfers for game week 16, and then I'll look to bring in maybe a Trent. We'll see what happens with Liverpool. Steve says, here we go again, lads. Good luck. Enjoy. Yeah, good luck to you as well, Steve. Good luck to everyone in the chat. Hope you guys have a great game week as well and have a good weekend. Obviously, be careful out there, guys, in terms of the weather, if you're attending any games or anything. Because obviously there are a lot of adverse weather conditions going on at the moment.
Yeah. So far, it's good news in terms of no postponements from any matches today. So.
Oh yeah, apart from the Liverpool game.
Yeah, apart from the Liverpool one, all the matches are planning to go ahead.
Yeah.
Tiger says, what do you think of Saka captain Matoma as vice? And I also have in Burma, Odegaard, Wissa, Cunha, and João Pedro as other options for vice captain. Or stick with my team. Well, I mean, if you have Saka captain, I don't think your vice shouldn't be obviously it should be as important just in case something happens to him. But I mean, you should be fine today against Fulham. Doesn't really matter about the vice as long as you have it on a player that you think will obviously score a goal in your team and plays in the squad as well. So, but if I had to pick, I'll probably put João Pedro as a vice. Makes it interesting. It's Leicester away. If I had to pick one.
It's a little annoying as my bench is not good at all. I have Mateus Nunes. Should I sell him to Enzo as he's in good form at the moment? I would sell him. I will sell Mateus Nunes, definitely. I wouldn't be going to Enzo, though. I think Enzo's in a bit of a good run at the moment, but I'm not sure if I see him keeping that up. But yeah, I definitely look to sell Nunes. You know, you could go for Rodgers. You could go for one of those type of players. Semenyo, cheap, under 5 million sort of, or 5 million mark players. Do you think any more postponements of Tiger? It's hard to say at the moment. Looking like there won't be. I think Liverpool was the one I did say to Jordan. I messaged you and said, Liverpool are looking to be postponed. You mentioned some other London games. I think the London games, guys, will be fine. Obviously, still early to say. Liverpool was a 12:30 kickoff, so
Yeah.
I think as far as I'm aware, the London ones won't be cancelled. But it's just to wait and see with that one and see, because it could change.
Because it is going to be out of our control in about 15 or so minutes, because that is when the deadline's up and we won't be able to make any changes to our team. So we just have to go with it if there is any more postponements later on. But
yeah,
so far so good.
Yeah, definitely. Also, guys, hit the like button, please. If you haven't hit the like on the stream, make sure you are subscribed as well. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching for the first time. Play Konza or Hall? Probably Konza. Who's Newcastle got this week?
Brentford.
Brentford, yeah. Ooh. I mean, it's a tough one. You know what? I'll say play Hall. Why not?
Yeah.
But Newcastle have been up and down. Obviously, they got a good result against Liverpool with a draw, but they've been quite poor against the lower teams, and then they've been good against the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City. So they've been a bit hit and miss in that regard. Madueke, thoughts? Not for me personally. I think you could, if you've got him, it could be a good game for him, but I'm still not sold on other Chelsea assets apart from Palmer and Jackson, especially with Neto and stuff that can play there. I'm not 100% guaranteed he's going to get you guaranteed solid minutes in this period with fixtures pile up, etc.
Yeah, if I was to pick Madueke, it would be for 1 week punt, like it would be against Southampton. But then I would look to get rid of him after that, because his minutes are variable. But he is good for those games where you're playing a very high line against like a team like Southampton, who will always look to defend. And obviously, players like Madueke have more chances to provide a goal or an assist, like he did in Gameweek 14. But yeah, he's a 1 week punt for me. Madueke, not really a solid FPL midfielder I would go for.
Yeah, I think Madueke is someone that, I'm not for me. Possibly have cap and vice from different days, just in case. That's actually a good point. In case, have some captain from tomorrow's fixtures. So Palmer and Saka actually play tomorrow. They don't play today, so you could maybe have a captain or your vice captain from today's fixtures. So you're looking at a Villa player, maybe a Brentford player. Yeah, it's a good shout. Do you think Enzo is a good pick for next game week? I'm not keen on Enzo at all. I think it's very knee-jerky to bring him in. I know he's been in good form for Chelsea, but I'm not looking at Enzo at all, if I'm being honest, as an option. But yeah, if you like Enzo, you can look to bring him in. I just don't think there's any space in the setup on my team.
Yeah, it's basically Jackson and Palmer. I think any other player long term is not great and not good enough. I don't think, unless that player plays solid minutes every week. I mean, Enzo has for the last 3 game weeks, but that could all change against Tottenham. He could play like 22 minutes like he did against Arsenal. So I'd rather go for more reliable minutes for a player.
Yeah, this is a good shout from John. I reckon Gabriel starts because he didn't start against
against Man United.
Against Man United. So this is one I'm sort of worried about because if I've only got one defender on the bench, I'm going to take the risk and play him. I think he does start because he wasn't serious. I think they just said they didn't want to risk him for the Man United game because he wasn't 100%. So I think he'll be back for Fulham, but it's one to watch definitely. But I do think he'll be fine. Hi lads, roll the transfer. Ahmad comes in for Salah. I mean, I wouldn't be taking out Salah, guys. I'd be benching him. And would you play Hall or Nuri? I'd play Lewis Hall in that case as well, Roman, in your case.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I'm surprised people are taking out Salah just from this week because of the postponement match.
I mean, I don't think you should be taking out Salah, guys, because you're gonna want him back for game week 16. And looking at Liverpool's fixtures, who have they got in 16? They got Spurs. Sorry, you got Fulham at home at Anfield. So I'd be wanting to captain Salah in against Fulham at home. For me, he's the best captain option that week.
It's a very unusual tactic, but fair enough because you've already done it now.
Who's Saka got 16?
Everton
at home, so it's not a bad fixture for him. Who's Palmer got? Brentford at home, which is a good fixture as well, I think. Haaland's got Man United at home, so you probably don't want to captain Haaland in that one. Yeah, I still think Salah's stand out for me, captain option next week. How do you rank these forwards, not just for this game week, but moving forward? Isaac, Havertz, Jackson, Watkins. For me, I like Jackson. I'm going to put Jackson 1. I think Isaac 2, Watkins 3, Havertz 4.
There will be Jackson, Havertz, Isaac, and Watkins.
John Tao, do you think Bournemouth and Brighton might have an advantage as they are more used to this weather? Yes, things like this is very difficult to say. Not sure, but we'll see. I've pressed the likes of Tiger. Thank you. I've meant Ahmad on my bench. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he's benched him.
Oh, good.
Gabriel or Timber, who to get this game week, says Abbas. Probably Timber, just to be safe in case Gabriel does miss out again. And Timber's doing well, so probably go Timber in that case.
Yeah, because as we just see against Man United, Timber seems like he's good at Gabriel, and obviously scoring the goal from the set piece corner. So yeah, he's cheaper and a safer option to go for over a flat Gabriel.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, you got 5 minutes. Get those transfers locked in. I'm just checking. I mean, we're not going to get any price. I mean, the deadline, I was thinking for a sec, could it get moved?
Yeah, that's what I thought because of the early fixture being
till 3 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I guess it was short notice for the postponement though, because it was actually an hour before or less than an hour.
Yeah, they won't move it, but I thought they may do due to Liverpool game being a 12:30 kickoff. Yeah, now I'm happy with the way my sort of team looks for now. Again, we'll have to see. I've not got much bench cover if anyone misses out. Gabriel has a history of scoring against Fulham. Says Abbas. Good luck all, says Tiger. If you have to captain one, Fernandez or Bowen. Probably Bowen. He's got Wolves at home. I know West Ham have been pretty poor as well lately, but I think I'd still go Bowen as a punt if I had to pick between those. Should be another deadline. Thoughts on Kirk's good fixtures, attacking returns? Yeah, we've mentioned Kirk's Ipswich this week. I like Kirk's as a pick.
Yeah, and he's cheaper, 4.6.
Yeah, Kirk is a good move.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this week in terms of my team. I mean, I've not had a game week where I've been overly impressed with. It's been very underwhelming or average in terms of game weeks. I'm not sure what this one will provide in terms of points. I think it'll be low scoring. There's some tough fixtures in there. Chelsea and Spurs clash against each other. So that's a bit of a tough one to call. Wood, if you have Nottingham Forest against Man United, another tough fixture. Even if you see Arsenal's Fulham as a tough one as well. Defensively, Fulham are good. So, yeah, clean sheets of both defenders not great at the moment.
You want to watch. Looking at today's fixtures, Villa, Southampton at 3. I'd be tempted with the Watkins captaincy if you guys have Watkins. Brentford, Newcastle at 3 o'clock. Palace, Man City. And then 5:30 kickoff, we've got Forest and Man United. Decent games. And tomorrow you've got Fulham, Arsenal, 2 p.m. kickoff. Ipswich, Bournemouth, Leicester, Brighton. And then 4:30 you've got Spurs, Chelsea. Some decent games this week.
Is everyone captaining Palmer with Salah not playing?
Not everyone. I think so you're on Saka. I think Saka's a decent option. I also think Watkins. If you have Watkins, I would be tempted. If you've got Haaland, for me, Haaland's the best captaincy option this week. No debate. For me, Haaland. If you've got him, definitely captain Haaland, guys. Against Palace away. Palace haven't been the same this season, so Haaland owners, you're finally going to outscore Salah for a week. I think I'm still scared Salah will return this week. To be fair. I've gone with Watkins captain. Also, would you guys play Fabianski over Raya? I'd play Raya.
No, I'd play yeah.
But Fabianski does have a Wolves at home. But nah, I think you've got to play Raya.
I'd be very surprised if West Ham keep a clean sheet against Wolves. I know they've not been the best team. Both teams, to be honest, haven't been the best. But
yeah,
I mean, in terms of clean sheets for West Ham, they haven't really come for them.
Yeah.
I think 2 clean sheets, no 3. Yeah, 3 clean sheets for West Ham, I think.
Take a few comments. Cucurella only play on my bench. Cucurella should be fine. That's similar to me, Dan. I've only got Greaves on the bench. But yeah, it's one of those weeks where something's happened where we just didn't expect it, but you always got to be prepared for these sort of situations. Should I start Hall in the back 5, or should I take the hit and get Nunes out for my squad for a midfielder who's 5 or less? I don't think Nunes will start. Bring in Rodgers, I think, in your case, Jazzy is Spice. Morgan Rodgers against Southampton could be a good fixture for him. Kepa and Kirkes coming in for the Everton boys, says Dan. Good move. And which 3 to start? Rodgers, Smith Rowe, Konza, and Hall. I'll start Rodgers and I'll start Smith Rowe, I think, against Arsenal. I know it's not a good fixture, but every time I play the defender over the attacker scores, and I always regret it because I got bench points. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'll play the 2 attackers, Rodgers, Smith Rowe, and starting a defender like Hall over Konza. Not likely clean sheets for either one, Konza or Hall, but if there's enough chance in Newcastle to play a good performance against Brentford, then maybe there's a chance for Hall to keep a clean sheet over Konza, which I believe won't keep one. But the deadline is up. It is 11 o'clock, so hopefully you guys are relatively happy with your team despite the circumstances. And
yeah.
Hopefully it does work out for you for the rest of the day.
Yep, there we go, guys. That is it. We'll be back again on Sunday as well, or tomorrow, I should say, for Knee Jerk Stream. So make sure you tune in for that one. It should be a good one. And yeah, I want to say good luck to everyone. Have a good weekend as well. And hopefully we can see you guys tomorrow on the stream. Anything else you'd like to add, Jordan, before we wrap it up?
Obviously, thanks for Dan the Man for the super chat. Always appreciated, and thank you for your comment as well. We appreciate it. So yeah. But
thank you for that as well, Dan. But yeah, we appreciate you, joining our streams, and yeah, it's always good to have a chat.
Yeah, obviously, good luck everyone this week. Hopefully you have a nice weekend, whatever plans you have. I imagine not many plans because of the weather, but stay safe, enjoy the football, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Knee Jerk reaction stream. So take care, guys.